Land trusts work with private landowners to protect important habitat and open space. In the slides that follow, we discuss the findings of a census conducted every 5 years by the Land Trust Alliance. First, let's take a look at conservation easements, the bread and butter of land trusts. Easements permanently protect private land, but sometimes they allow limited housing, water use, and other development. This map shows the location of easements around the country, but because the parcels tend to be small and scattered, it's hard to see them on a national map. If we zoom into a place like Colorado, the easements are much easier to make out. And here's Montana. By the end of 2010, land trusts had conserved some 47 million acres, an area more than double the size of all the national parks in the contiguous United States. The acreage has increased by 10 million acres since 2005, and it has increased by more than 100% since 2000, when 23 million acres were protected. Land trusts use a variety of methods to protect land, including buying property outright, managing conservation easements, or helping other organizations acquire properties or enact deed restrictions. This graphic shows that easements, which generally cost much less than purchases, have been making up an increasing share of the activity of state and local land trusts. Land trusts are found in virtually every state, but the highest concentrations are in California, the Northeast, and Upper Midwest. In the West, Colorado and Washington each have more than 36 land trusts, but many inland states such as Nevada, Utah, Wyoming, and New Mexico have fewer than 10. This map shows the change in the number of land trusts from 2000 to 2010. You can see that California was far and away the leader, with 65 new land trusts created. Arizona gained 12 in the first decade of the 21st century, while Oregon and Washington each added 8. Now let's turn from the number of land trusts to the acres they protect. Once again, California leads the nation with more than 2.3 million acres protected. Out west, Colorado and Montana have protected more than 1 million acres. Back east, Maine, New York, and Virginia have the most acreage protected by land trusts. The figures in the preceding slide show raw acreage totals, but this map displays what percent of each state is protected by land trusts. Using this measure, many smaller Northeast states stand out. In Vermont, 10% of the state is protected by land trusts. In Maine, it's 8%. Out west, where many states are dominated by federal land, the figures are much lower, with California and Colorado leading the way at about 2%. How has the acreage protected changed over the past decade? The greatest increase was in Maine, where nearly 1.7 million acres were added. Out west, California, Colorado, and Montana saw the biggest rise. Land trusts come in all shapes and sizes, but there is a growing movement in the field to accredit the organizations so they are following best practices for finance and governance. Since 2008, more than 135 land trusts have been accredited. About 2/3 of land trusts that are eligible but haven't yet applied for accreditation say they are planning to do so. This graphic shows that accredited land trusts only account for about 1/8 of the acres protected, but a current applicant for accreditation, the Nature Conservancy, makes up about 1/3 of the total acres. Many of the accredited land trusts are found in the West, with California, Colorado, New Mexico, and Nevada leading the way in the region. You can download more slides and other resources at ecowest.org.